What up, dudes? I have a conspiracy theory to share. I was very reluctant to make this. It's something that is very far-fetched, very futuristic, and people don't want to believe it. But from the research I've done this week, I believe that it is possible. I'm not believing that it's true, but it's possible. So if you're interested in hearing this theory, please continue watching. Alright dudes, so I was about to started filming a conspiracy video about directed energy weapons and the California wildfires, and I just don't understand it. I don't know enough. All this research I've done this week isn't sticking in my brain. It's like coming in and then just kind of dribbling away. Like, if a theory isn't burned into my mind, then my brain doesn't believe it as much as I want to believe it. So that it's just making me think that it's not worth making this video. I know that it's going to cause a lot of controversy with my subscribers. I'm already getting a lot of hate messages because of this. And the reason people are so hateful is because they're being evacuated from their homes and it's too real for them. And because I live in a different continent, I'm not allowed to talk about it. So, to go against that, I just wanted to talk about it. Like, I don't care what other people think. But I also don't want to anger people for no reason. Just making this conspiracy video is just going to spread more negativity, and I don't really want to do that right now. So, my theory was that these wildfires are not actually wildfires. They're being controlled by lasers. These lasers are invisible. They exist. The only thing that I don't know or believe yet is that they might be being used in California right now. These weapons have got to be tested somewhere, and they can't test them in a city because you can't just light cities on fire, the whole thing will go. My theory was that they're doing this to these rural areas, lighting them on fire, because it's going to force those people to move into the cities where they can be monitored and controlled easier. Rebuilding houses after they've been burned is not an easy task. You have to get permission to do that. All these insurance companies are going to profit massively because they can now up the rates for everyone in California because the dangers are really high for fires. Insurance companies are some of the most profitable companies in the world. So that bit makes sense to me. I'm just going to throw this theory into the second channel video because I don't want to put it on the main channel anymore. I'd rather make something a bit more positive over there. From what I've read, house fires burn at like 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. Forest fires burn at 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. But the fires that are going on right now are like 2500, 3000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is insane. What's making them burn so hot that they can't be put out very easily? A theory I read a few months back when the fires were happening back then was that all the chemtrailing they've been doing over California, those chemicals, they ignite really easily and they're very hard to put out. A lot of the reports from firefighters last time their fires were happening, a couple months ago, they were saying that the fires are really unpredictable. They're not behaving like regular wildfires. They're selectively targeting houses and avoiding all greenery. Obviously trees don't burn that easily because they're full of moisture. But I thought that California was in a drought, and that's why all these trees were just igniting. But then all the images you see, and all the images I'm putting on the screen right now, the fires they're selectively targeting houses and cars and not trees, which kind of validates my theory that it's all controlled. They're testing these directed energy weapons, which are basically lasers which you cannot see. They can be shot down from planes. They can just target places and light them on fire, and the fires look like they come from nowhere. So if there were already wildfires happening, real wildfires, burning trees and stuff, that'd be a very good opportunity to then just start burning whatever you want and get away with it. So I think that's what's going on. I think it's a collection of wildfires and also someone with these weapons testing them out. I don't want to offend anybody that's currently dealing with this and is currently being evacuated or has lost their home. I'm not trying to be spiteful. I'm just interested in theories, conspiracy theories. I like to look into things that other people don't look into. If you have lost your home, I really hope that you can rebuild or you can find somewhere else to live. Maybe consider leaving California. But I hope you manage to repair everything, get it all back to the way it was. But yeah, what do you think of this theory? Directed energy weapons, they're a real thing. I'm going to play a clip now of a news anchor talking about them. These weapons have been ready to go for a while. We don't know where they're testing them, but it would make sense to test them while wildfires are happening, because then everybody just believes it's wildfires. they're testing these weapons at the same time so that everyone doesn't question it. There's already tons and tons of videos on this on YouTube, and I'll share some of my favorite ones in the description so you can kind of get a better idea of this. But I've watched them and they're really good. They're really good videos. They're very intelligent people talking about these things, and they're very well researched, and so I'm not going to try and compete with that. I'm going to divert traffic to them instead of trying to make my own version, because I'm not smart enough for this subject. This is a theory that I wouldn't usually look into because it's big, like it's a big thing. We already know about weather control. They just shoot lasers into the sky or electricity into the sky and can cause earthquakes, can cause tsunamis. They can create anything. So if they can do that, they can obviously they can do it to us too. They can shoot it back down. And these lasers are very precise. In this video clip of the news anchor talking, they test it on some flying drones, and they take out the drones. They just light fires on them.
Lasers sound like the stuff of science fiction, right? Sound completely unbelievable. How could our military possibly be using those in future warfare? Guess what? We've just had a recent breakthrough, more great test results that are making lasers a reality. So it's called Athena. Lockheed Martin makes it, and they've been doing a lot of the pioneering in this laser field. Now, what's really exciting about it is that it's so hard to harness that much power and make it compact enough that it's actually going to make practical sense downrange. And they've proven that they can do that. Recently, they tested it against 5 moving drones, so realistic drones that they might go up against with, enemy forces might send against us, for example, or terrorists might send against us. And it successfully shot down all 5 of the drones. This is huge news because it means that in a realistic, practical setting, it's looking very promising. So it could be ready to field quite soon. So when you see the movies, or you look at comic books or television shows, when you see laser weapons, they tend to be a color, right? Red or green or something like that. Real lasers, one of the key advantages that they provide is that they are invisible. You actually can't see them. You just see this damage suddenly starting to blow something up. So if we take a look now at what the Athena did to a truck. So we're looking at a truck engine, and the Athena within seconds was able to beam right in there, heat the whole thing up, and burn through the engine of this vehicle. So if you can imagine if you were in that vehicle, all of a sudden, this hole would start appearing in your engine, and the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now, there's some other key advantages that we should mention. Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited ammo. As long as we have power, we have an unlimited magazine. And downrange, of course, having unlimited ammo can be a huge advantage. Second, it's silent. You don't give the enemy any advance warning that it's coming. And then the third one I wanted to touch on is that it travels at the speed of light. So not only are we delivering powerful, decisive effects, lethality, we're also doing it so rapidly they don't know what hit them. So if you could circle back to that example of being in the car again, that would happen so instantaneously, within seconds, you truly would have no idea what was happening. It would just suddenly start disintegrating, right? So what can we use these against? So we talked about the vehicle a bit. We talked about how Athena has just proven itself against drones. But in the real world application, our forces could use it against the drones. We could use it against aircraft. We could use it against vehicles on the ground, like we mentioned. We could also use it against fast attack boats. And in fact, Athena's sibling, Adam, a couple years ago proved that it could eliminate these fast attack boats. So if you imagine boats start trying to swarm one of our ships, not a problem for this laser. Burns right through the hull. As you can see right there, it's burning right through the hull. I'm incredibly excited about this news, this great news about the successful testing of Athena, because it means that we'll be putting these powerful weapons soon. We could put them in the hands of our warfighters and give them even more powerful weaponry to keep themselves safe and also to deliver the effects that we need. They can be used, laser weapons can be used offensively and of course defensively too, to help protect our homeland. Think of our airports that might be under threat from enemy drones. They could be used to protect we could use them statically and used to protect our airports. They could be used to protect our power grid, our nuclear plants. So there's lots of different exciting applications for this technology. There's no longer science fiction, but science fact.
The lasers are invisible. So all these images you see of lasers being captured, and that's proof of directed energy weapons, those can't be real because you're not supposed to be able to see these lasers. That's the point. That's why they're so effective. You can't see them, but they fire so much energy into a certain area that it'll just light off fire. That's my theory. I'm going to throw this on the second channel, get it into a vlog. Hopefully that way people won't hate me as much if I put it on the main channel. I don't know. I just want to put something more positive on the main channel. I've always been fascinated by pylons and hear it on camera. But yeah, there's like a hum. It's really nuts. Wow. I was just thinking, like, when we're all living off renewable stuff that we create ourselves, and we don't need the grid anymore, it's gonna be a crazy time when these things, like, we're gonna celebrate it. These things are just gonna be getting ripped down because they're not gonna be. There's gonna be no demand for it. Like, when we're making our own energy, and we're not paying for this, then it's gonna be gone. And then, well, there's not a whole lot growing in between it. So I think that it does affect every part of land that it crosses. And when it's gone, I think everything's just going to start growing again. I think. Obviously, I need to research a lot more on how electricity works. You can hear it. It's really eerie. Like the wind, when the wind goes away, you just hear it. I don't know, dude. It's really eerie. But yeah, I think in my lifetime, definitely, these things aren't going to be used anymore. Like, I think that Mr. Elon Musk is going to develop something so that we don't have to pay anybody else for electricity. We can just make it all ourselves, like enough to live on. Or maybe we'll just cut down on what we actually use. Like, what do I use electricity for? Lights? Sure. I wouldn't need lights if I stuck to the sun schedule and actually was awake when the sun was awake. Like, we only need electricity to light things when it's dark. So, yeah, if we all just went on the sun schedule, woke up with the sun, lived with the sun, we wouldn't need to power lights anymore. I don't know. Hello there. I haven't vlogged in ages. I don't know why I haven't just been getting my phone out. I mean, I've been carrying it around with me every day. So I had some mushrooms for lunch. I only had like a little handful. I'm following it. It's just taking me somewhere now. I'm taking me for a walk. I'm walking him, the mushrooms are walking me. So there's a few paths. I don't know which one. He's going that way, I'm going this way. We're trying to get to a castle. I don't know how easy that's going to be. And I know you're supposed to pay like a fee to get into the castle. But we're gonna be sneaky. I don't know how good my microphone is on this thing. Hopefully you can hear me fine. Go for a stroll. We're trying to get over there. How do we do that? There's no shooting away. We accidentally spooked all the birds. Now they're everywhere. So we're out here making some loops. Oh wow, I haven't even turned around yet. Look at that. Alright, we made it to the other side. It got so deep in there, like proper gloopy. Poor Jaspy, oh man. It's really nice over here though, so it was worth it. I was wearing my hoodie. A wasp landed on my forehead, so I brushed it away, put my hand in my pocket, and then I was walking past the farm, said hi to someone, and then there was a wasp stuck to my finger, and it bit me. Well, it stung me. It was just hiding in my pocket. Anyway, we're on like this abandoned wall, this kind of, there's a castle up there. Give you some context to all of this. There's a castle up there. I'm not allowed up there without paying to go on the grounds, and I can't bother to do that today. Also because I'm on mushrooms, I don't want to have to deal with exchanging money for things. So we're just going around the castle, following the beach. I've always wanted to come down here. And there's this wall, it's meant to keep the ocean back. it's like completely fallen away, because obviously the people that built the castle aren't around anymore. So now we are exploring it. There's a little abandoned house over there that I want to go look at. I'm trying to find a nice spot to just kind of sit and draw and let the mushrooms root me into the ground. Okay, anyway, my skin feels really nice, like really soft and fuzzy to touch, not like my feel, just like to touch. Yeah, visuals aren't too strong because obviously I'm on a very low dose. Can I do this with the phone in my hand? It's a really bad idea. I don't know why I want to do this holding a camera, it's just stupid. Nailed it. Oh, look at this. So this is where we come out to. This is a nice little camping spot, dude. Wow. This is where I've ended up. I think I'm going to sit here and enjoy the sun for a bit and make some drawing. Make some drawing. Whoa. Make some drawing. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think tomorrow it's going to be... Sorry about the wind. I think tomorrow, when it's really sunny, we're going to go climb a mountain because I want like something crazy to do while I'm tripping. I'm going to do a much higher dose tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm ready for it. Okay, the sun's about to go down, so I want to get out of here. We spent like an hour or two out here just drawing. I did an Instagram live. I hope you joined in. If you didn't, follow me on Instagram. I do lives not very often, but they're pretty fun. Just little hangout sessions. Let's get some drawing done, answer some questions. The days are short, man. The days are short, so the sun is never like up there anymore. It's all low. The days are short, so we're gonna get out of here. So I haven't vlogged in a couple days. Basically, I've been getting ready for traveling again. I'm about to go off to Asia this week, and I had a video idea that I wanted to film. I was going to do a mushroom trip. I was going to do about 3 grams dried mushrooms on my own. And I bailed on that idea because this past few weeks I've been so reluctant to touch mushrooms. I'm not sure why. I don't like tripping on my own. I've gotten a lot out of tripping on my own, but that was years ago. And I don't really want to risk going back in there. It's a lot safer and more enjoyable, and I get a lot more out of it when I'm with other people. Like, I can still go inside myself, but I don't get trapped in there. I can come back out. So I'm not going to do it. I was going to force myself to do it, which is not the right thing to do, just for content. It's not the right thing to do. So I have some footage of me tripping on mushrooms. I'm probably still going to post that, but that was a few weeks ago. Today, it's like November 15th, I think. It's sunny, and it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really, really unusual. Because it's November. It was 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Fahrenheit a couple weeks ago. There was snow a couple weeks ago. I'm very confused why it's now 60 degrees. I'm getting very excited for Bali. Steffi calls me every day and she's like, she keeps telling me she wants to be there now. So we have to wait, dude. We're waiting for Flower's passport to arrive, which arrives on Monday, 21st. So we're all kind of going that time. I have a friend from London going with me too, but I'm not going to tell you guys about that until I go meet up with her. Alright, that's all. I just want to drop in and say hi. What up? So today It's a nice day. We're gonna go explore a castle. So I've been tripping for the past 3 days. I needed to take a break yesterday. Now today, we're here. This massive place. Just. Don't come up. Just Smith. Hi. We're out here trying to find a good angle to film a video today. It's very hard to get good angles without a tripod. I guess I should probably buy a tripod, hey? I'm getting really sick. It's been getting worse for weeks now, and it's to a point where I have no energy in the morning, and my stomach feels bloated and awful all the time, even if I don't eat. I'm gonna attempt a 48-hour fast, where I'm just not gonna have anything, maybe just water and smoothies, to see if that does anything, but I really don't know how to fix this. It just hurts. I don't have any energy. I'm trying my best just to get out of bed every day. We found this beautiful location though. It's got a double river going through it. There's one here, one going down there. I'm definitely gonna come up here and draw something, probably tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. I've been trying to do 2 or 3 grams of mushrooms, but my stomach isn't feeling good enough to even contemplate trying 2 or 3 grams. Like, I'm struggling every day just to have my microdose. I don't want to put anything in my body right now. So, what I'm doing here is I've just eaten some mushrooms, a little handful. This is how I draw. So I get as comfy as possible, wear as many clothes as I can, wrap up, and then I go sit outside, and I close my eyes and let some music play. And without really covering my eyes, the closed eye visuals, that's what I'm trying to draw all the time. That's always what I'm trying to capture. Like, I've only got these 3 with me right now. On mushrooms, a lot of the times I see these 2 colors. And on mushrooms, basically when you close your eyes, that's where the magic is. You'll see all these shapes and stuff that your waking mind can't create. Like, I can't just come up with this stuff, but it's all happening. And it's all flowing perfectly together, but changing constantly. Now, I've seen a lot of visual representations online, but no one's quite got it yet. They're all very close, but they haven't quite got it yet. So I'm trying to draw it. It's very hard to do. So I'm closing my eyes for a few minutes. This is what I do every time. And I just see what I can bring back. So I see a shape, I concentrate on that shape, and then 2 seconds later it's changed. It's a different shape. But those patterns are what I'm trying to illustrate. Like, you don't see these kind of things with your eyes open. With your eyes open, it's very confusing. Well, not confusing, it's very strange. Everything is moving. everything is moving. This little guy's moving. All the ground is breathing like that. It's really beautiful here. But that's not what I'm trying to draw. What I'm trying to draw is the closed eye stuff. The stuff that no one else can see but you. It's funny how I'm doing all this talking about the mushrooms and there's a mushroom watching me. Just sitting there watching me. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to start. I don't like to look at any of my other drawings. I don't want to get any inspiration from them. Start fresh. Start fresh every time. Alright. It's so hard to capture. Nothing is still, it's all moving in there. So I ate the mushrooms maybe 30 minutes ago. I sat and meditated for a few minutes and then the visual started to happen. So I kept my eyes closed, just been watching them for a while. It's hard to like pinpoint one. Like I want to grab one and throw it down here. So if you've never seen my drawings before, this is what I've been doing this past year. Just drawing stuff. If you haven't seen them, here are some of my drawings all over the screen. They're all obviously inspired by psychedelics, but I'm trying to grab those images and put them on paper, just really hard to do that. So my sleeping pattern has been a little bit messed up. I go to bed at like 5, 6 in the morning, wake up at about 2. And because of that, I only get like an hour-ish of daylight. So we've come to this spot that I found in the woods behind my house. It's really nice. It's just a grass patch. For some reason all the grass is blown over from that field into here. And it's just really comfy. So I just kind of lie here in the sun for a bit, looking at the sky. Wishing I was somewhere warmer. I've got a week now to wait before I get to leave. And it's going to be good because my sleeping pattern is on the same time zone as Asia, so I won't have any jet lag. That's the one positive about waking up really late in the day. Oh man, frick beans. I don't know. I feel like I haven't vlogged so much because I am not doing anything interesting here in the UK right now. I'm doing a bit of admin work, I'm getting YouTube back on track, and that's about it. I'm just surviving, really. That's all I'm doing. The leaves are all gone now. All the trees are dying. Well, they're not dying. They're all hibernating. And I shouldn't be here. I've overstayed my limit. I'm never usually here in winter time. Ah, frickin' beans. All right, that's all from now.